proudly we hail, and the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fights. Oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets ran fast, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land under the free, and the home of the brave. Because we are the brave. Yes, we are the brave. We'll fight you in the name of the brave. We are the US of A. For those unaware, that flag is still there. It's our future to save. Stand of the brave, the US of A. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land under the free, in the
This is Rio of Madison Rising, and you're watching MaxSpeed TV.
I might have been down, not out. It's on sight, you gon' figure that out. And I might have been down, not out. Only one thing I gotta know now is, are you ready for the comeback? Yeah. Are you ready for the... Huh? Are you ready for the comeback? You know we the ones that... Let me see them hands up all the way front back. Yeah, it's the comeback. Are you ready for the comeback? Now I see you with your bad self. If you're into taking L's, then it can't help. I'll be the self-made champ, look at my belt. I built this all from the ground up, this all by myself, y'all know. This is the return of the one. You ain't see him coming, you just heard drums. They've been ready for the battle, any person that comes got the weight of the world on them, yeah, they're too strong. I might have been down, not out. It's on sight, you gon' figure that out. And I might have been down, not out. Only one thing I gotta know now is, are you ready for the comeback? Yeah. Are you ready for the... Huh? Are you ready for the comeback? You know we the ones that... Let me see them hands up all the way front back. Yeah, it's the comeback. Are you ready for the comeback?
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to MaxSpeed TV. Steve Lane up in the booth. We are in the second race of the round of 16 right here at 08 Daytona, Bumpy Road Daytona. Again, worst track on iRacing, whatever you want to call it, but we are here tonight watching these guys finish up the playoffs in the round of 16. One more race after tonight, and then we'll cut to the Elite 8. Let's go ahead and jump right in to our standings here. Looking at Zach Workman, got the win last week, so he is automatically in to the round of 8. Gabe Butler, he is 15 points above the cut line. Jimmy Reynolds, 14 points above the cut line. Josh Ball, 8 points. Adam Kilday at +6. Kenny Real at +3. Zach Fritch at +1. Jeff Crosby Jr. and Peter DeBorgia right there, both tied, one above, one below the cut line. Nate Warren at -4. Vicente Guerrero at -6. Jimmy Reynolds at -8. Mark Mann at -5. Stephen Luttrell at -19. Rich Sanchez at -27. And Brian Wang at -34. Of course, this is after race 1. So any of these guys here who gets the victory tonight, they are in the Elite 8. We will start that again in 2 weeks. Next week will be the last race of the round of 16. We will go ahead and jump right into what happened last week. Zach Workman with that win. Gabe Butler in second. Hunter Reynolds in third. Zach Fritch in a fourth. And Josh Ball in a fifth. Your stage winners last week: Josh Ball, stage 1 winner. Gabe Butler, stage 2 winner. And we'll look at our most points for the last 3 races. Adam Kilday with 119. Kenny Real at 114. Zach Workman at 114. Vicente Guerrero at 105. And Gabe Butler at 100. I got Stephen Luttrell messaged me saying that if I want to give the viewers an eye view of what Bumpy Road Daytona looks like in VR and a motion rig, I could show them the stream, but Stephen, I would have loved to have been able to do that, but I don't know how I could do it mid-stream here, buddy. So get with me next week, and we'll take a look at that, because I just don't know how I could do it at this point with not being able to have it all set up already. So it'd been cool to do, to get a bird's eye, or get a a driver's perspective of the bumpy Daytona here in a motion rig and VR, but I think it'd be a little tough for me to try to do right now without knowing exactly what I needed to do to get that up and going. Of course, it is 7:28 Central, 8:28 Eastern. And, of course, SDK is wanting to act funny, but we're going to go ahead and refresh that here real quick. About 2 minutes left to practice here. We're going to go ahead and jump right into our pre-race analytics. Looking at an air temperature of 79 degrees, 68% humidity, partly cloudy, and 1 mile-an-hour wind. Pretty low track temperatures out there at 103 degrees. Still going to be pretty warm out there on the drivers, but not near as bad as what we've seen in the past. With 120 plus track temperatures here. So we're looking at some of these guys out here practice. Rick Sanchez there with Jimmy Reynolds and Hunter Reynolds, Jeff Crosby Sr., Adam Kilday. Looks like we've got right now 30 drivers or 29 drivers in the field tonight. So pretty decent field coming into this second race of the round of 16. I wanted to try to visit with Jimmy real quick before we get going here. These guys are out in practice. Let's go ahead and bring Jimmy up to the booth while we're waiting here. Hey, Jimmy, Steve up in the booth, buddy. I know you're out there still practicing, about 50 seconds left, but man, getting pretty exciting for these final few races of the round of 16.
Heck yeah, I'm excited for it. We're at 08. I love this track.
Well, that's one of us because I don't. Well, what are you expecting from these guys tonight?
I think the playoff driver is going to be going for it. They got to get stage points as high as they can get. They got to finish good, at the end of the race, be there at the end. Yeah, it's going to be racy.
Well, you're already starting to get a little racy. I seen you bump Sean there, but I think that was inadvertent. I kind of had your attention. But it is practice, so you guys are getting ready to qualify. But, Jimmy, we just wanted to visit with you a little bit, buddy, kind of get your take on what we're expecting tonight. And, man, I think it's, again, I agree with you. I think it's going to be a great race tonight. Guys are going to be making some big moves. Definitely going to see some 3-wide tonight. I just hope everybody can, keep control of their trucks with this bumpy track.
Yeah, definitely going to see some wrecking, I think. But you're going to see some dicey moves, people taking chances. Even myself, I'm so many points out of 8th place, so I'm trying to get up there in the top 8 at least.
Uh-oh. Well,
but,
and
we'll
iRacing just crashed on me.
Oh, man.
I don't know, probably had a packet loss again. I've been having that a lot lately, so we're going to let you guys go. Get ready for qualifying. Jimmy, I'm going to try to get this thing rebooted, and we'll get back to you guys here in just a second.
All righty. Thank you, sir.
Well, bear with me, guys, as we it did this to me last night as well. For some reason, I've been getting packet losses, and it's kicking me out of the server. So I'm not exactly sure why it's been doing that, but we're going to get this rebooted. So hang tight, guys. We will be right back. And we are back. I got everything loaded back up. For some reason, it has been doing that to me here lately, and I do not know why. Right now, Hunter Reynolds with the pole right now with a 51.69. And Anthony English just jumping in there with a 51.67. So he does take over that top spot. Looks like Andy Brigante third, Kenny Reeland fourth, Josh Ball fifth. We got guys still qualifying. Gabe Butler out on the track qualifying right now. And I had to go ahead and check my connection. And I don't think it's my connection because I've got a 900 megabit. And I don't know what that was. But I got a 900 megabit per second download and a 900 megabit per second upload. So almost a gig there on both sides. Well, that's going to do it for our qualifying. Anthony English going to be your pole setter. And let me find Anthony here. And we'll bring him up to the broadcast booth. Anthony English, great job on winning the pole tonight. Now, part-timer here on Monday nights, but you're definitely going to be out here probably helping your teammates out.
What are teammates? no. Yeah, just trying to be a friendly competitor and an awesome teammate.
Well, awesome dude to say the least, but man, congratulations on getting a pole. What do you got to do to survive here at Bumpy Daytona?
Oh man, everything. You have to do everything to survive.
I got you. You got me.
You gotta miss people. You gotta make the pits. You gotta not run out of fuel. There's a list, Stephen.
A whole long line of lists, and of course you got to avoid all the carnage as well.
Oh God, that's a definite.
Well, also
being a playoff race, there's probably going to be a bunch of it.
Oh, I'm sure there is. There's going to be guys making some big moves. Of course, you know the top 16. You win, you're in to the round of 8. You're gonna have your hands full out there, to say the least. There, Anthony.
Yeah, we'll be just out here to just be smart. Like, I'm not out here to try to ruin anything, be a pain in the butt or whatever. So I'm probably going to drop to the back and just, do what the boys come down to a situation where one of the boys needs somebody to push. I'll be there to push.
All right. Well, awesome job. Congratulations on getting the pole tonight. And we'll see you after a while, my friend.
Thank you, Steven.
All right, got him back down to his race room as we get ready to go racing here in just a second. We're going to go ahead and get to our MaxSpeed TV starting grid here tonight. Anthony English on the pole. Gabe Butler, row 1 to the outside. Row number 2 inside. Hunter Reynolds outside of him will be Andy Brigante. Row number 3 on the inside line will be that 11 and Kenny Real. His outside, the number 1 is Josh Ball. Row number 4, Adam Kilday and Jeff Crosby Jr. Row 5, Peter DeBorgia, Eric Laurie. Row number 6, Rick Sanchez, Bubba Winningham. Row number 7, Jeff Crosby Sr. and Jimmy Reynolds. Row 8, Vicente Guerrero and Dave Hunt. Row number 9, Richard Coon, Stephen Luttrell. Row number 10, Zach Workman, Alex Green. Row number 11 will be Nate Warren and Mark Mann. Row number 12, Les Levy, Sean McCara. Row 13, Zach Fritch and Dustin Logston. Row 14, David Overstreet, Dan Harrington. Row 15, Andrew Schroeder and Doug Johnson. And then rounding out row number 16 is going to be Lynn McNeese and Adam Schramm. Looks like Anthony is going to go ahead and start from the pits, as that's going to put Hunter Reynolds up into that pole position spot. As we get ready to go here, these guys will be coming down the backstretch here. Glad everybody can tune in tonight for this exciting race. Again, race number 2 of the round of 16 as we get ready to get going here. Williams says no rain, but cooler for here for sure. Well, man, I'm going to tell you, after having several days of 90-plus degree and heat index in the 100, I was glad we got a little bit of that rain, but unfortunately, I had to work on my vehicle today. My little terrain ended up having to replace the variable valve timing solenoids, and they are a pain in the butt. Well, here we go. We're going to get ready to get started here as the Chevy Land green flag in the air and waving. Here we go, folks. We are green flag racing. Round of 16. Second race as we are underway. Hunter Reynolds on the inside with Kenny Real. Adam Kilday, pretty much where everybody started. And there is Anthony English coming off of pit road. Unfortunately, he will be already some laps down, but you know that can be made up fairly quickly, especially if there is some of those yellow birds out there, what we're going to call them. Gabe Butler dropping down to the inside line in front of Hunter Reynolds. Put the 13 of Andy Brigante out on the outside with the 1 of Josh Ball. As they come down to the tri-oval, Gabe Butler's going to lead this lap. Now they're kind of a pain in the rear. Take half the top of the engine apart just to get to them. We come around turns 1 and 2 here, coming down the back stretch. See a lot of guys bouncing around. Of course, that is the product of 08 Daytona. Really not seeing a lot of action. 12 of Zach Fritch there battling the 62 of Les Levy. But really just side by side. Guys being really patient right now. There's Anthony English and Lynn McNeese kind of working back together here. I guess Anthony is not a lap down, but he did fall back to the back of the pack like he said he was going to do. Of course, side-by-side racing up through the rest of the field. Back up to the front here. Gabe Butler. Now we're going to go 3 wide. Gabe in the middle. That's going to push Andy Brigante up to the high side. I don't know if that was planned, but Andy Brigante going to be losing spots. Going to kind of keep an eye on Andy. He is falling back. Now he's going to get in back behind the 17 of Jimmy Reynolds. Andy's going to try to get back up to the front here as Hunter Reynolds and Gabe Butler battling 1-2 right now. Kenny Real, Adam Kilday, Peter DeBorgia, Rick Sanchez, Jeff Crosby Sr., Vicente Guerrero. That is Richard Kuhn. The 16 of Nate Warren, all down on that inside line. Mark Mann down there as well. Now Gabe Butler, Josh Ball. Jeff Crosby Jr., Eric Laurie, Bubba Winningham, Jimmy Reynolds, Andy Brigante, Dave Hunt, Stephen Luttrell, Zach Workman, Dustin Logston coming up on the outside. Oh, 53 of Dave Hunt blinking out, and he is falling back. We are lap 5 of 100. Now we will have our, if it stays green, white flag for the stage at 25, stage in at 26. We are looking right now at Gabe Butler and Hunter Reynolds still down on that inside line. And you see guys just kind of Dave Hunt back there blinking out again. That could cause problems, folks, if you're blinking out like that. Guys just do not know where you're at. He is right now in front of the 46 of Dave Hunt and right behind the 62. Now, these three are teammates in the CFM Checker Flag Motorsports team. So they will be trying to work together. We're talking about Les Levy, Dave Hunt, and David Overstreet. Andrew Schroeder, he is back here with Anthony English. Doug Johnson falling back to 30th, back to where he started. Alex Green is back here with Lynn McNeese. Now, Lynn is also a part of that CFM Motorsports team. Well, while we're watching these guys go around, let's go ahead and we are going to go ahead and look at our teams. My stream deck just quit working. So we're going to go ahead and start with the Nerd Esports. That is Steve Rodda, Jeff Crosby Sr., Peter DePortia, Richard Kuhn, and Dustin Logston. Team Checker Flag Motorsports, Bubba Winningham, David Overstreet, Dave Hunt, Les Levy, and Lynn McNeese. Team Bootnaka is going to consist of Doug Conrad, Jimmy Reynolds, Hunter Reynolds, Eric Laurie, and Gabe Butler. A Team Wicked is going to consist of Andy Brigante, the 48 of Andrew Schroeder, 59 of John Guerrero, the 83 of Doug Johnson, and the 99 of Alex Gippen. Team FSR, Fuel Sim Racing, is going to be the 12 of Zach Fritsch, the 16 of Nate Warren, the 19 of Zach Workman, the 33 of Jeff Crosby Jr., and the 71 of Sean McCara. Team Vendetta, we're talking about Alex Green, Mark Mann, Rick Sanchez, Adam Kilday, Rick Seabrands, Anthony English, James Mayer are the part-timers for that team. Team No Presta, that's going to be Josh Ball, the 11 of Kitty Real, the 14 of Vicente Guerrero, the 36 of Stephen Luttrell, the 87 Adam Schramm, the 40 of Stephen Miles, and the 54 of Brandon Pfeiffer, your two part-timers on that team. And then Team Adele Cup, Brian Wang, Steve Korsick, the Kevin Freeze, and Sebastian Marin are the two part-timers. As we come around to a turn number 3 and 4 here, back to the front straightaway, to the tri-oval, I should say, lap 9. And we are 3 wide. That is Zach Workman, Bubba Winningham, Adam Kilday. Bubba getting a little bit out of shape there and almost goes into the door of Workman. Andy Brigante, he is back up there towards the outside. That pushed Jimmy Reynolds down to the bottom to the apron. Jimmy trying to save it. Stay down there. Yeah, what a save. But that does bring out the caution. We have several guys, it looks like they have crashed out. There's a 16 there. We're going to get on the 16. That is Nate Warren. We're going to back this up a little bit. I think Nate's seen the stuff happening in front of him. Let me get to a chase cam here. He's seen the stuff happening. I think he checks up. And then the 87 of Adam Schramm gets right into the back of it. That sends Nate Warren down. And I may have to reset my stream deck here, folks, while we're watching this. Oh, Sean McCara right there was right in front of Les Levy. As Nate Warren, you see him down on the apron. Sean McCara right into the back of the 04 of Mark Mann. And that sent Sean down into the grass. Well, that's going to bring out our first caution of the night. Well, hang tight, folks. We are going to get my stream deck restarted here, but we're going to hear from our sponsors, Buttkicker and Chevyland. Hang tight. We'll be right back.
Sizzling summer savings are yours for the taking at North Louisiana's #1 dealer, Chevyland. Save now before the price adjustments kick in. Get up to $9,000 off MSRP on select new Silverado models or incredible 0% financing on select new Chevrolet vehicles. And the Chevyland Advantage, 12 months, no charge scheduled maintenance. Get the best deals at North Louisiana's #1 dealer, Chevyland. Your Silverado headquarters. Online at Chevyland.com.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, our sponsors, Buttkicker, the winner of the season, or the league champion for the season, will get a Buttkicker haptic system for their simulator. Pretty neat little concept that them guys have at Buttkicker and what they do. Of course, also to Chevyland for everything they do for MaxSpeed TV, being our green flag sponsor, as we are looking at Zach Workman and Anthony English coming down pit road. Got several guys coming down. That's Kenny Real, Anthony English, Andy Brigantes, of course, Zach Workman, Nate Warren, Andrew Schroeder, Doug Johnson, Lynn McNeese, and Adam Schramm. Well, that's going to put Gabe Butler as your leader. Josh Ball in second, Hunter Reynolds in third, Adam Kilday fourth, Jeff Crosby Jr. fifth, Eric Laurie sixth, Stephen Luttrell in seventh, Vicente Guerrero in eighth, Zach Fritch in ninth, and Dustin Loxton rounding out your top 10. As they come out of turn number 2 down this back straightaway, we'll get ready to go back green here in just a second. And guys are getting lined back up, trying to save fuel, staying on that apron. With lap 13 into the books, we will come to lap 14 at the green flag. Of course, if a caution comes out after lap 21, that will end the stage. So they got to make it to the end of the stage. Well, my little terrain we've had for several years, and we bought it, had 31,000 miles on it. Now has 138,000, and I had to change those out about 2 years ago. Chevyland green flag back out once again. Here we go, lap 14. Of these trucks coming across that start-finish line down into turn 1 and 2. Still getting a little side-by-side action back through the field. Everybody still on the lead lap, so that is a good thing. His teammates of Gabe Butler and Hunter Reynolds are trying to stay out front. Little side trap going on by the one of Josh Ball. We come through the tri-oval once again. We're going to go ahead and go on board. Well, let's go on board. And my camera angle changed here, folks, so I want to turn that down just a little bit. We're on board with the 26 of Hunter Reynolds. Take a look at his telemetry here at 188 miles an hour. Reaching almost 190. So we come back through the start finish line once again. Lap 16 underway. Gabe Butler still on the inside with Hunter Reynolds. The 33 of Crosby Jr., the 36 of Stephen Luttrell, 81 of Dustin Loxton right there. Now we're going 3 wide here. That is the 12 of Zach Fritsch, the 5 of Rick Sanchez, the 42 of Peter DeBorgia, the 44 of Anthony English. That third lane is getting a pretty good run here. Of course, Bumpy Daytona is not making it easy to go 3 wide here. '16 of Nate Warren. He is getting a little bit squirrely there. Here comes the 53 of Dave Hunt, the 71 of Sean McCara. Nate Warren still on that outside. Zach Fritsch was able to clear with that outside line. Now he's back down into that lower lane. Here comes the 5 of Rick Sanchez, the 42 of Peter DeMorgan, the 44 of Anthony English. Oh, Nate Warren into the wall. Was able to get it off that wall and maintain somewhat of a of control and momentum. A 42 of Peter DeBorgia is really pushing that 5. Oh, Gabe Butler goes to the outside. He gets loose. That slowed down that second lane as Rick Sanchez was looking to go down low. We're going to have some action right here. Gabe Butler, Rick Sanchez into the outside wall. That's going to bring out a caution, folks. Lap 19, so we kind of caught that live right here. Not sure if that's really what brought out the caution, but I would probably think so. As we look back here, Gabe Butler, Peter DeBorgia. Gabe got loose, got up in front of Peter. That sent the 5 up into the wall. Gabe down into the 42. Sanchez did a good job of keeping it up on the wall to keep from getting anybody else involved. Unfortunately, he's going to have to probably come down and get some damage repaired from scraping that wall. Same with Gabe Butler. I'm going to go ahead and take a look at the 5's truck here real quick. So he does have some right front damage there. Now Gabe Butler's going to have some right front damage as well. See that that damage there to that right front quarter panel. Zonto? Are we talking about Everett Lane? Well, come on up, Zonto. I don't care, buddy. I'll tell you what I'll do. Let me get this out of the way. And if you're looking for my iRacing number, I'll have to get that for you because I don't know it right off the top of my head. Look for Stephen Lane 7 on iRacing, Andrew. All right, Andrew Zonto joining me in the booth. Look for Stephen Lane 7, Andrew, on iRacing and send me a friend's request.
Just did.
All right, well, let me...
I accidentally set one to a regular Stephen Lane.
Yeah. All right, you should be able to tag with me in here on iRacing now.
Let's see. Yep. We're coming hot and we're coming in fast.
Well, we are we are in the round of 16. Andrew, second race. Of course, Zach Workman last week winning, secured his spot into the Elite 8. Now, a little bit of action. Second caution already, and we're going to have a shootout coming up here for the stage.
Yeah. I mean, stage racing is always fun. I know it's my first time back in, at least watching Monday's League in a long time. But stage racing was always fun and always brought out some strategy if you wanted to pit early, pit late, or if you had enough fuel to just make it to the end of the stage. It's an extra twist. I know a lot of people don't like stage racing, but in my opinion, I like it.
Well, stage racing is part of the, NASCAR. The Chevy Land green flag up in the air. Here we go. We are back green flag racing. We're going to have about 4 laps here, Andrew. 4-lap shootout getting to the end of stage 1. Again, we've had some pretty decent racing. We just had a couple little hiccups there. Gabe Butler changing lanes and ended up getting loose. Now, Gabe is... back here in the back, he's going to be a lap down right now, but opted to just get his damage fixed instead of taking his fast repair. Now, I didn't take a look. I didn't really check it out, what we're setting on fuel percentage. They kind of do a random here. Oh, Nate Warren. That was Stephen Luttrell. Hard up into the wall. That's going to end our stage. Stephen Luttrell is still on the wall. Let's take a look here and see what exactly happened. It looked like it might have been a bad push, but we're going to take a look here. Let's see, Stephen Luttrell is right behind the 12 of Zach Fritch. Stephen trying to stay even with him, and he just gets loose. That sends him hard up into the outside wall, but he does a great job. Andrew just keeping it up against the wall again, not taking anybody out. Oh, Vicente Guerrero, I say that, and here comes Vicente Guerrero just right into the rear end of Steven.
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely a class act for Steven to keep it up into the wall. I know some people's reactions is, like, if they get loose, try to, like, save in the best they can. But at these speeds, like, if he turned down any left, he was going to take out the field. And so he did the class act of just staying up high. And I don't know what happened to Vincent.
Vince just didn't get checked up and got right into the back end of Steven. Well, our stage 1 winner, though, is going to be that Mr. 26, Mr. Hunter Reynolds. Let me get this stuff off. And as soon as he gets done with his pit stop here, we're going to go ahead and bring Hunter up and congratulate him on the stage and kind of get an idea how he's feeling the race is going. Of course, that does bring out, I believe, our 3rd caution of the night. Let's go ahead and bring Hunter up here real quick. Well, Hunter, Steven, Andrew Zonto up here in the booth, buddy. Well, congratulations. You got stage 1 win right there, bud.
Yes, sir. Let's go. Certainly, certainly helps the program. Shout out to the FSR boys for helping me out.
Well, you guys have been out front, you and you know, Gabe Butler was right there pretty much the whole first part of the race, and it looked like to me that Gabe may have, I mean, he was just trying to maybe get you cool or something, but made it a pretty aggressive move up to that 2nd lane and just, man, it looked like he just kind of overcorrected and got loose to me.
Yeah, he moved up there and said the truck didn't like it, which I believe. So that's why I elected here to take for Mr. Feelgoods. But man, I don't know. I lost some track position, so I'm kind of conflicted back here. I'm gonna have some ground to make up to get back up there, which I don't like. But you know, at least my truck will feel great.
Well, you know, those new tires will help you out. Well, congratulations, Hunter. Good. You know, stage points for you. That's going to help your cause. Now you got to get that victory to really get yourself locked in. But, hey, if you don't get it tonight, buddy, you got one more race to try it.
Yeah, I do. I mean, it would feel great to get it tonight and go ahead and take next week off the pressure. But, yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm going to try and keep this truck in one piece and finish somewhere near the front. That's the main goal tonight.
All right. Well, you guys are fixing to go back side by side. Hunter, congratulations, man. We'll try to catch you up with you here in just a little bit.
Oh, yeah. Thank you very much. Appreciate you.
All right. We got him back down there in Team Bootnaka. Of course, you know, Andrew, this is going to bring us to the start of 2nd stage. And, of course, we have to complete 46 laps. If a caution comes out after lap 46, well, it's going to be just like this one. That whoever comes down pit road is going to be your stage winner.
So they added a 2nd stage to the Monday series?
Yes. So we have 2 stages and then the final shootout to the end of the race.
Ah, different from, well, the first few seasons that I ran Mondays.
Ooh, I'm looking at Gabe Butler down on pit road still, as well as Stephen Luttrell.
I do want to say, I'm just rewatching the replay. It just looked like Vincent just got loose around the same time Luttrell went into the wall.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense why he was up to that high side.
Yeah, because he was in the bottom coming out of 4.
Rebecca Lane out there saying 3 wide. I think she meant 3 wide here equals caution. all the time. So
Oh yeah.
it can happen, but I have seen them. I have seen them run 3 wide for several laps, and even in the stage at 3 wide. You know, it can be done, but 08 Daytona, God, there's just not. Andrew, I hate this track with a passion.
I like the track because it's about getting to that second lane. The third lane can work. It's just that there's a lot of bumps, but it's less bumps in the bottom lane and the middle lane. But it's just so hard because you kind of have to predict, like, the other driver's going to hold his line. He's not going to bounce up and get into you into the wall. But my opinion, it's the second lane. The second lane is the lane to go.
Well, I have not found a smooth spot here where I can run consistently, because you know, and I have to tip a hat to Stephen Luttrell. He does this in a motion rig and VR. So yeah, my back would be killing me by the end of this race at this track.
I mean, hence, like I do this on controller, and the bumps don't make it easy at all. Hence, that's why I'm not in the Monday series, because I'm on a controller. But
Well, I don't know how you do it on a controller, period.
I have been banned from Monday series until I start racing on a wheel, which I have a wheel, but I prefer a controller.
Well,
Everybody out there can know.
I don't know how you do it. I've tried it once with the controller, and I've tried it once in VR, and nope. I'll stick with my little Moza R9 and my pedals and all my setups. So, but right now, Zach Fritsch is your leader. Josh Ball to the outside with Sean McCara. Alex Green actually up 14 spots. Sean McCara's up 20 spots. But the biggest mover right now is that 12 of Zach Fritsch. He is up 24 spots into that number 1 spot right now. But we're back 3 wide back here with Zach Workman. He's on the outside of the 17 of Jimmy, or now the 26 of Hunter Reynolds. The 15 of Jeff Crosby Sr. Here comes the 81 of Dustin Logston, trying to push up the middle. Now, I will say this, Andrew, just from watching, again, I don't know. I just don't like to race this track. To me, it's a horrible track. Even though I turn my 4-speed back down, I do all the stuff that the guys have told me to try, and it's just so rough of a track. But I just don't like running this track, and I don't know how these guys do this 3 wide at this track.
Yeah, 3 wide is definitely a talent, especially at Daytona. Talladega, it's a lot easier. iRacing Super Speedway, it's a lot easier, but it's about finding where you're comfortable at.
Well, I will say new Daytona, I have no problem going 3 wide because, you know, you're smoother. But bumpy road Daytona, no. But looking at Zach Workman right now with Hunter Reynolds making a run on that 3rd line. They're coming up around the 3 of Alex Green and the 71 of Sean McCara. The Josh Ball down at the bottom with the 12 of Fritsch. Pelba calls the 3rd lane the die side.
Yeah.
Oh, door to door with Sean McCara and Josh Ball. That pushed Josh down. Now, Josh coming back up say, hey, I didn't like that. Here's a little tap back for you. Ooh, now door to door with the 3 of Green and the 26 of Reynolds.
Very clean racing, though.
Yeah.
Normally you don't get 3 wide racing for a long period of time at this track.
No, and Hunter does drop it back down to that 2nd line. That leaves Workman out there by himself. But Hunter is in front of his dad, Jimmy. As we come around turns 3 and 4 to the tri-oval. We are lap 30 of 100. Well, guys, while we got a little time and until a caution comes out, we're going to step aside, do a little bit of MaxSpeed TV, crank it up for you guys here tonight. Hang tight. We will be right back. All right, folks, we come back. We are under green flag pit stops, lap 37 of 100. As we see Zach Workman, Sean McCarr, Zach Fritch, Anthony English, Adam Kilday, Richard Kuhn, Rick Sanchez, Mark Mann, all down pit road. But Dustin Loxton now your leader with Hunter Reynolds, Jimmy Reynolds. Ooh, big kind of a check-up bump right there. That checked up Jimmy pretty good, but most of these guys are down here in single file.
Whoa. We had an incident coming off of pit road.
Uh-oh.
Zach Workman just rear-ended English. He's got some serious radiator damage.
He's got damage. These three guys are pushing each other to get back out on the track already. Zach Fritch does get around Workman and English, but
Definitely got to take a look at Zachman after a few left.
well, normally I don't do a live rewind because we are still under green flag. Hunter Reynolds, Kenny Real, Dustin Loxton, Josh Ball, Jeff Crosby Jr., Bubba Whittingham, Adam Schramm, Nate Warren, Andrew Schroeder, Eric Lurie, Doug Johnson, Les Levy, Lim McNeese, Peter DeBorgia. Big group down pit road. Well, Dan Harrington now, he is coming down pit road with Dave Hunt, the 14 of Vicente Guerrero, and the 15 of Jeff Crosby Sr. This group coming down pit road. Nope, Dave Hunt stayed out with David Overstreet. And I believe that is the 88 of Gabe Butler.
The thing with green flag pit stops is you got to time it right. It's kind of like Formula One in a sense where you got to have a good in-lap, you got to have a good pit stop, clean, no issues, and then you got to have a good out-lap. Like, it's got to be perfect. Depending on how many people you're with, can decide on if you're going to pull away or if you're going to stay by yourself and lose the draft. I mean, this happened last week at Atlanta for the Buttkicker series. You had the leaders stay out for an extra lap or two, and they got a perfect caution. They put everybody a lap down.
Yeah, and Dave Hunt, David Overstreet staying out another lap, and these two guys, you know, are back and forth here. Of course, the bumps are not helping anything, but Alex Green, he is coming down pit road. And then we got this group, Dustin Loxton, Hunter Reynolds, Dan Harrington, Vicente Guerrero, and then this big group with Jeff Crosby Jr. leading this group with Josh Ball, Zach Fritch, Anthony English, Zach Workman, Adam Kilday, looks like Rick Sanchez, and I believe that is the 47 of Richard Kuhn.
We got Hunt and Overstreet putting now.
Yep, Dave Overstreet, Dave Hunt, all both coming down pit road. But that's still going to give this big group back here, led by Josh Ball now, Dustin Loxton, Hunter Reynolds. They're coming around turns 3 and 4. So they're going to get caught up with David Hunt and Dave Overstreet.
Yeah, it's going to... You'll see the extreme difference on how, like, a bigger pack that pitted early and how much organization quickly can just overtake the leaders.
Yep, and Peter DeBorgia going a lap down as that big group gets around him. Now, we are looking... What?
Oh, sorry. I was just saying they just passed the leaders now. And now they're going to probably put on maybe a 2, 3, 4 second gap before they're up to speed.
Yeah, you talk about David Overstreet and Dave Hunt. They are about, about two, almost, well, now 3 seconds behind. But that's what happens when you get a big group together. Of course, we're spread out now with the green flag pit stops. So we're looking at about 17 laps or so. Well, no, about 14 laps, I guess, per tank of fuel, which is about right for Daytona in the trucks, isn't it, Andrew? Somewhere around in there, in between, from about 14 to 17 laps, depending on their fuel percentage.
Yeah, that's about 45% of fuel maybe 40%.
Well, if you could look at
Normally
your info tab on your UI, it should tell us what the fuel percentage is.
Sadly, I don't see it because you're not racing, so
No, you
I
can
won't be able-
you can look at the info tab, and it'll tell you what the fuel percentage is set at.
45%.
Okay, so yeah, we're setting about right, about 14 to 17 laps. We are lap 43 now as we get ever so closer to the end of stage 2. Probably we'll have we're at 5 laps in. So yeah, we should have enough to finish the stage here. I see Rebecca Lane. I'm assuming, Rebecca, you are kin to Everett. Or I'm guessing anyway. But I do appreciate everybody out there. We got 18 viewers right now. Only 3 likes, guys. If you haven't hit that like button, be sure you hit that like button. Also, if you're new to MaxSpeed TV, hit that subscribe button and hit the bell icon. Let you know every time we do go live. Now, Thursday we will be back to a double broadcast, Andrew, with Josh and Jeremy broadcasting the J&K lift services, and then me broadcasting the OP Throwback Series.
Oh, yeah.
I believe Josh and them, their broadcast starts at 7:30, and we'll start at 7:45 Central, 8:45 Eastern. Well, Stephen Luttrell, he's having some issues right now.
Oh, yeah, it's all up in the wall.
Yeah, he is, unfortunately. Alex Green going a lap down now. Jeff Crosby Jr. has taken the lead coming down the backstretch with Zach Fritsch on the outside with, that is Anthony English, Zach Workman, Adam Kilday, Rick Sanchez, Sean McCara, Peter DeBorgia, who is a lap down, and Kenny Real out on the outside, and looks like Andy Brigante coming up there as well. But Jeff Crosby Jr., Josh Ball, that is Dustin Logston, Hunter Reynolds, the 82 of Dan Harrington, Vicente Guerrero, Richard Kuhn, Lynn McNeese down on that inside line. Ooh, we got some short. Will we have a caution? I've seen guys going off into the grass. Dustin Logston. That's going to collect a lot of guys.
I'm checking the stream, and it looks like the stream is frozen.
I'm still live. I'm showing excellent connection. I'm live.
Yeah,
on
it went back
iRacing.
live.
Okay. Well, let's take a look here at the replay. We're going to rewind this just a little bit. That's going to be happening up here, I believe, with Josh Ball.
Yep, got loose. And, yep.
As they're coming up on some lap traffic, Josh gets down on that apron. That gets him loose. He overcorrects, comes up, hits the 19 of Workman. The 44 of Anthony English up hard into that wall as well. That's collected the 82, the 5, the 14. Sean McCarr getting a piece of it as well. The 82 almost up and over. Rick Sanchez got pushed. Do what?
We just had an incident on track under caution. Something happened to Vincent. Oh, he just clipped the apron and just went straight up.
Ooh. That's going to bring out caution number 4. Yeah, we had some issues, and I don't know why.
Yeah, I'm gonna check the broadcast because for a moment you just stopped talking and then so.
Yeah,
I just thought it was an issue.
It probably was. Like I said, we do have some rain and a few little storms in our area. I'm gonna check my radar real quick, Andrew. Give me just a second, guys. I'm gonna see what's going on around me with the weather. Yeah, I got a pretty good sail to the south of me, which may be causing a little bit of issues, guys. So, but again, I've been having quite a bit of issues, Andrew, with iRacing getting a packet loss.
Yeah. So I'm rewatching the replay of the stream. So the replay of the replay. Yeah, it cut out for about 10-15 seconds from the stream.
Well, guys, I do apologize about that. We are at the mercy of technology sometimes, and we just got to do what we got to do. But while we are under caution, Andrew, go ahead and take it. I'm going to step away for just a second, if you would please, sir, and I will be back in just a minute.
Absolutely. So we got Crosby pinning again. It looks like we got some takers, some not takers. I believe it is the end of the stage, or again, I'm new to, or I'm back to being brand new to Monday series. I believe it's lap 50 or it's lap 60 for their stage break. So they're either topping off fuel, preparing for the final run. It is about 14 laps left to go. Or, it's about 14 laps of fuel in their tanks. Typically, I would say about 15 at best, 17 if you saved up the whole run. So if that's the case, then it's about another 2 to 3 more pit stops that they have to do. They can stretch it out, maybe just 2 max. But it's going to be interesting because no matter any kind of race through the OP series, that you're going to have people that just run out there, race, be up front the entire time and trying to get the win, or you have people staying in the back, trying to play the long fuel game, try to avoid all the trouble that there is out there. And it leaves the door open for a lot of, newer people who want to try to race up front because they don't have all the excellent drivers, the drivers that win a lot in the back, or drivers that typically do finish up front, because the regulars know how stuff happens around here, while the newer guys don't know much, and so they try to gather all the information they can get on any kind of drivers, how people are racing, how people's cars are handling, and you can get that racing up front, or you can even get that in the back. So we are coming back to green. I got Hunter Reynolds and Adam Kilday leading the charge. And green flag's back out. And here we go.
Well, it looks like we are back green flag racing. Lap 51, so we're going to have a shootout here, Andrew, for the end of stage 2, it looks like.
Yeah. As I told the people before, like, some people, topped off on field, people don't care about the stage points, but a lot of these playoff drivers, they really want to, get as much points as they can.
Oh, absolutely.
With two races left, every point counts. I lost my round into the round of 8 on Saturdays by 2 points. So every point matters.
Yes, it does, especially right now with these guys. Every point does matter. Stage points, pole points. You know, as many points as they can get, good finishing positions will matter with points as well. Again, our white flag will come out at lap 55. I take that back. No, we are at the end of the stage.
Oh, they're wrecking in the back.
Yes, they are. Alex Green up. Vicente Guerrero down on pit road. Looking through here to see. Look like Anthony English down on the grass. Let's see if my replay will work here. And it took me to Alex, so we're going to go on a chase view here. Looks like he had Richard Kuhn to his outside. Oh, and I done messed up.
Well, I can explain while you fix that. 62 gets loose, clips the apron, and the 83 just reacted, came up, clipped into the 3, and 3 kind of reacted and went down low as well. They kind of like came together. Clipped, 3 went around in front of the whole pack, gets hit by the 82, 15 gets involved. Everyone's just scattering from there.
Yeah, we're on Alex right now. Alex kind of comes down, gets right into the 83 of Doug Johnson. The 62 did get loose. Dan Harrington hits the 3. That sends the Alex Green up into the wall. Anthony English trying to avoid. He goes down through the grass, as well as the 33 of Crosby Jr. Lynn McNeese out there mowing the grass as well. Gabe Butler somehow got by that all, as well as the 5 of Rick Sanchez. Well, guys, I totally blew that on the stage 2, so unfortunately we were too busy looking at the crash, but I think that happened right at the end of stage 2. The stage was at 50-51, and I totally missed it. So that's on me. I don't know for sure. William Luttrell, check the radar range. About done. Airplane. I remember that scene. Kenny Real. Yeah, I think we were thinking the same thing. Kenny Real out there in chat. My luck is insane.
Well, at least Kenny Real's luck's pretty good in PGR. My luck's not anymore.
No.
I used to be very good at money racing, but the competition got so tough. It's crazy.
Well, right now we have Darren Harrington a lap down, Lynn McNeese is a lap down, Gabe Butler a lap down, Stephen Luttrell 3 laps down. Vicente Guerrero still down on pit road, currently 3 laps down. So, but Hunter Reynolds right now your leader. Kildare in a 2nd, Macara 3rd, English in 4th, Winningham up to 5th, Mark Mann in a 6th, Crosby Jr. 7th, Workman in 8th, Dave Hunt 9th, and Jimmy Reynolds rounding out your top 10. Like the 84 of McNeese and the 88 of Butler getting the wave around there. So they will be back on the lead lap, which they needed that. I mean, they in a way they kind of needed that caution to get them back up into the lead group.
Yeah, Vincent Guerrero will get a lap back. So from being 4 laps down, he's now 3 laps down. Luttrell from being 3 laps down to now being 2 laps down. Then I guess someone else got the lead dog. I think it was Gabe. No, Gabe got the wave around. Lean got the wave around. Harrington pitted.
Well, Harrington's back on the lead lap, and Sanchez back on the lead lap. So we now have Alex Green. Where is Alex at? Looks like he is coming off of pit road. It looks like Alex will be back on the lead lap as well. Steven Luttrell will be a lap down, and Vicente Guerrero will be 2 laps down. Again, appreciate everybody tuning in. Stephen Lane, Andrew Zonto up here joining me in the booth. Again, Andrew, appreciate you coming up here, buddy. It's always nice to have somebody to help call races with, because you can't, even with 32 cars, that's still a lot of, or trucks, that's still a lot of vehicles to watch. As we get ready to go back green here with that Chevy Lane green flag back out once again on the valve pedal. Here we go, lap 56 of 100, be lap 57 at the line here, or it is lap 56. But it's always nice to have an extra set of eyes, buddy.
I told you in iRacing Super Speedway 2 weeks ago, I told you I always got your back.
I appreciate it, bud. I really do. And right now, these guys are just side by side. They're not really pushing the issue a whole lot because, now we've got 45 laps left. And, well, I'm sure, guys, there's probably, I don't know. Of course, I don't see the fast repairs like I did with ATVO. But I'm sure there's been some guys that's had to use their fast repair. And door with Bubba Whittingham and Sean McCara. A little bit of door action going on there, but I'm pretty sure even on Monday night they only get 1 fast repair.
Yeah. I mean, it makes all the difference when you have a fast repair. It makes sure know that you have a second life in these restricted plate racings. I know a couple bit of these drivers here do money racing, and some of the money racing races that we do, there's no fast repair. It's you come with what you have, and some people make a stupid move, some people make the wrong move.
Oh, we're gonna have another one here. Bubba Whittingham up in the wall. Adam Kilday getting involved in that big wreck here. Several trucks involved. Let's start it up the front with Adam Kilday. Bubba Whittingham had the meatball flag. He's going to have smoke coming out of that truck. But started up here with the 85 of Adam Kilday. Let's take a look here, see if we can see what happened. And some reason it took me back to Alex Green, but it started right up here. We're going to back this up just a little bit. Maybe a bad push by Bubba?
Oh, yeah. It was a bad push, and I think he bumper hooked him.
So as we look at this...
That's always so dangerous in the tri-oval.
It is, and again, it's so rough. And, yeah, you're right. Just scrape the bumper. That got Adam loose and Bubba down into the 26 and the 71. And then Zach Workman comes up and hits Bubba on the right rear bumper. That sends Bubba up, nose first, hard into the outside wall. And then it was just a chain reaction from there as we go back a few trucks here and watch. Dustin Logston. Looks like Richard Kuhn, the 87 of Adam Schramm. the 48 of Andrew Schroeder going around. That sends
I just
guys
want to say,
everywhere.
but I just want to say with Kenny Rio, he says that he has bad luck. He got lucky being spun in the middle of the track, does a full 360, and fully saves it without touching the wall. Kenny, that's skills.
Well, I'm sitting here watching David Overstreet getting a piece of it. Stephen Luttrell got his brakes locked up. And Kenny Real, I didn't see what happened with Kenny here. Oh, yeah. He gets tagged by the 47 coming off of the wall. And somehow misses Mark Mann on the inside. A complete 360, like you said. Never touches the wall. And recovers it nicely and keeps rolling. Wow, what a stroke of luck for Kenny. As we are lap 60 of 100, so we'll have 41 laps to go here coming back to the restart. Or 40 laps to go, I should say. Doug Johnson, though, coming out of pit road first, going to be your new leader. Nate Warren in a second, Andy Brigante third, Zach Fritsch in fourth, Josh Ball fifth, Anthony English sixth, Jeff Crosby Sr. seventh, Richard Kuhn eighth, Les Levy ninth, and Sean McCarr rounding out your top 10. Well, guys, we're going to step aside and play our commercials, pay a few bills, but we will be right back.
Sizzling summer savings are yours for the taking at North Louisiana's #1 dealer, Chevyland. Save now before the price adjustments kick in. Get up to $9,000 off MSRP on select new Silverado models or incredible 0% financing on select new Chevrolet vehicles. And the Chevyland Advantage, 12 months, no charge scheduled maintenance. Get the best deals at North Louisiana's #1 dealer, Chevyland. Your Silverado headquarters. Online at Chevyland.com.
All right, folks, we are back, and we are getting ready to go back green. And, of course, me and Andrew were just talking, OP Fall Brawl coming up. We got a few more races left on Saturday to get to the end of the season, and then Fall Brawl. I know you're looking forward to that. I'm actually looking forward to it with the new layout they're doing this season.
Yeah, I kind of like it. I'm I'm mainly like looking forward because I didn't get a lot of time with it. But the Dahlia Indy cars at Talladega, they're like the little practice that we were having with them last year in the race. They were fun, but they're definitely a handful.
Well, I'm looking forward to the Pro Light Series trucks at the Wild West Motorsports Park. I'm looking forward to that race because I got out there and played around with those trucks. Oh my God, they're so fun. They are a blast, and you know it's a combination of technical racing and dirt track all at the same time with jumps and big air. But man, Douglas Johnson, he is still out front. Got Nate Warren to his outside. Josh Ball, Andy Brigante, Dave Hunt. That's Chip Crosby Sr. all right there up at the front. Now the guys that are back here in the back, Kenny Reels back here, Stephen Luttrell. Stephen still is a lap down. Rick Sanchez is actually a lap down as well. Doug Johnson right now in the lead. He's going to get some bonus points for leading a lap. But I don't think, let me go back to our point standings here, Andrew, real quick. As we look at our point standings. Of course, Workman, Butler. Workman's already into the round of 8. Butler, Reynolds, Ball, Kilday, Real, Rich Crosby Jr. all above the cut line right now. Actually, a tie right there between Crosby Jr. and Peter DeBorgia. Nate Warren, Vicente Guerrero, Jimmy Reynolds, Mark Mann, Stephen Luttrell, Rick Sanchez, Brian Wang, all looking for good finishes, but I don't see Brian out here tonight.
He might be busy. I mean, coming out, us drivers not being, full-time, being paid by sponsors or by a team to actually go out and race. It's not an obligation. It's, what we do for fun when it comes to racing. And, I mean, if you have something better to do, like going out with family or, you're hanging out with friends, do that. I mean, iRace is always fun. It's always going to be there. If you're going to miss a week, it's a week.
Yep. Well, look at. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, family and friends, they're more important than a video game or a simulation.
Yeah, it's not a video game. It's not a video game. It's a simulator. Well, Lynn McNeese right now up 30 spots into that top spot. Got Josh Ball right behind him. And Lynn's really not one to really go light with either because he's a finished race. And Mark Mann out to the outside though, going to give Lynn a run for his money as we come into turns 1 and 2. Got to 71 and my iRacing just froze.
All right, I will keep updated. They're still side by side. Mark Mann looks like he's clear to come down. He comes down to the bottom lane. The rolling 3 wide, mid-pack, 1 row. Yep, you're iRacing.
All right, guys, bear with me. I'm going to go ahead and we're going to keep the string going so Andrew can call the race. I'm going to have to exit out here. And
3 wide, double back, saves it. That was the 46 or 94.
yeah, for some reason it just went dead on me, so
Gotta love technology.
yeah, and it's been doing this a lot to me. It did this to me last night for the Checker Flag Motorsports recruitment race. Well, thank you.
Of course. They got that third They got that third lane going. Got 3 cars up there. Trying to see if they can get by the 71 of Sean Marca. Oh, and they just wrecked. Let's see. Luttrell was trying to get his lap back, I believe the hard way. And, yep, got loose, and I went all the way to the beginning. Oh, that's my dumbass fault.
Well, it happens because I did the same. I do the same thing, trying to hit my quarter speed, and I always hit the live button because they're right next to each other.
Yeah, I'm actually trying to see if he got a bump from Josh Ball. Let me see back here.
Well, we are getting loaded back in here, folks. Again, I do apologize.
Yeah,
I know
like,
it's not my connection, Andrew, because I ran a test speed test a while ago, and I'm at 900 gigabytes a second.
Keep it up. Caution is out. Talk to me quick here, bud.
I got to get my order.
Luttrell definitely got loose. Dustin went around. Josh kills the outside wall.
Yep.
Overstreet kills the outside wall too, and I'm trying to get that last car.
It looks like Doug Johnson, because Doug Johnson's got a meatball flag as well.
Yeah.
Vicente Guerrero's coming off of pit road, so
I still think Luttrell's still driving. He's still fine. I mean, I root for him to get a win so bad. Like, he's gone through a lot. And no matter what series he runs, again, it's just, you're in the belly of the beast. No matter where you run on these tracks, on these restricted plates, you can be caught up in a wreck anywhere.
yeah, and pretty much everybody coming down pit road now. Kenny Real looks to be the first one off of pit road, but here comes Anthony English right behind him. So Kenny Real will be your leader coming off of pit road. Anthony English in second, Sean Macara in third, Nate Warren in fourth.
There was a wreck in the back. I forgot to mention this. To the initial crash, looks like Schroeder either did not. Yeah, he tried to brake a little bit, but he didn't brake hard or fast enough, and went up high, rear-ended Richard, and got Sanchez involved as well.
Ooh. Yeah, I see Sanchez now down on pit road with no tailgate.
Well, he's not invited to the party.
Yep, no tailgate party for Rick tonight. Looking at
Rebecca Lane. Sorry, I was looking at the chat. She says it's a video game to him because he plays with a controller. It's sim racing to us because we use a steering wheel and pedals controller from Madden.
Hey, she's got a point.
I will say, she's got a point. I give her points, but it's like people call Madden a simulation, and it is nowhere near that.
Oh no.
The best racing the best simulator, sports simulator, the best realistic sports game you can play is iRacing, hands down, and that's across all motorsports games. Yeah, EA's F1's pretty good, but they've been scrutinized for not doing a lot to improve their games. And I mean, I wish they do improve their games because I feel it would be a much funner experience, but iRacing is kind of where it's at. The realistic tracks, the realistic ways how the cars can handle, minus the netcode. But I mean, I would always say iRacing is always a video game simulation. Boom. Put the two together. Perfect.
I mean, you got a point as well. Of course, you know, there's not a whole lot, you know, as far as again motorsports, you know, NASCAR Heat, you know, that's a video game.
NASCAR Heat. I played a NASCAR Heat Evolution. The day it came out, it was the worst gaming experience I have ever played. It is the worst. And if you ever check my YouTube channel, if you ever see my links on Discord, it had no fun. The worst experience I will ever have in a video game.
Well, you know, Rebecca, also, you know, this you can wreck and not get hurt, and don't cost you anything to rebuild your car. You know, you're right. I mean, because I came from a dirt track background, and I've hit the wall, actually hit the wall so hard it broke the bolt holding my seat to my cage. Ooh. And I'm gonna tell you, that was fun coming around a corner, sliding sideways, and your seat lifting up at the same time. Well, here we go. As the Chevy Lane green flag is coming back out on the loud pedal, lap 72. It looks down. We get coming back green here. These guys are going to try to finish this out. I'd like to see them finish it out under green. That way we're not.
They are on the verge of just a 2-pit stop race. Mm-hmm. They definitely have to make one, but the second one, it depends on how well they save. You see a lot of these people right now farther back, not going too hard on the gas, leaving some distance, putting that clutch in, trying to save as much fuel as they can. They about have a 4-second gap from first place all the way to the last car in line.
Well, it looks like we've lost 2 drivers now, maybe 3. Rick Sanchez, Doug Johnson, and David Overstreet appear to have taken their Rick still down on pit road, but Doug Johnson and David Overstreet have taken their cars behind the wall. Sean McCarr, though, he is out front. Got the 11 of Kenny Real right there with him. Mark Mann on the outside. Looks like he's got Adam Kilday, Lynn McNeese, Andy Brigante. Looks like that is the 62 of Les Levy, the 81 of Dustin Longston, the 82 of Dan Harrington on that outside line with him. Now Mark Mann dropping it down to that lower line in front of Sean McCara. Mark is going to lead a lap here in the lap. And Mark is going to need, you know, all the points that he can get. He needs a win being outside of the top 8 by, I think it was 30-something points. So a win would definitely help him get into the round of 8. We come down the back straightaway. Adam Kilday looking to the outside. He's got the 84 of Lynn McNeese right there with him, the 13 of Andy Brigante, the 62 of Les Levy, and Dustin Longston, Dan Harrington. Now, Andrew, I know you've run this track. You say you love this track. We see these guys coming into the corners and out of the corners. You see them kind of swinging either out to the right or to the left. Now, on this track, that's not them getting air. That's the bumps causing that, correct?
Yep, that is the bumps causing it. Daytona was, I believe, only repaved one other time. I believe they repaved it in the 80s. I could be wrong. And then they repaved it after the 2013 Daytona 500.
Okay.
Someone can fact check me on that in the chat. But when it comes to an older track, like you look at Old Atlanta, it wears out the tires. You have the bumps coming in because the asphalt itself. Because technically Daytona's more on dirt and sand at the same time, so you're gonna get those differences just because of how the cars are bumping up and down the ground, and those bumps will form over time. It takes decades for it to even come up, but older tracks, older worn surfaces, they do tend to have better racing, more tire strategy involved, but definitely I think with the higher speeds and the way how like the next gen and the Gen 5 were, including the car tomorrow, it wasn't going to last long with the speeds that they were going with, and how many times like there was a hole that kept popping up. So,
well, of course, these tracks
they really had to repair it.
Yeah, and these tracks are just like the highways, folks. If you start getting, you know, they run, you know, they don't run a lot of races at Daytona, but after a while, just the wear of it, you're gonna get, you know, some rises and falls in the foundation underneath, just like a highway, you know, asphalt highway. You know, the weight of the trucks and the speeds and everything else is going to wear down. Like Andrew said, over time, especially when you talk about 10 plus years of racing on a surface, it's going to have to be redone. I see my nephew out there, Dylan Lane, out there in chat. Glad he could join us. I know he had he stopped by last night and had a tire issue on his semi-truck. I hope he got that fixed, and I know that he was put out of service because of the weather here. The company done that to him. So, Dylan, did you ever get on the road and get your stuff fixed? We're looking at 3 wide. Josh Ball to the outside right now of the 81 at Dustin Loxton. Okay.
Halfway through their fuel tank.
Yep.
If you count their lowest being about 14 laps. So it's getting close to pit stops. It depends on who's committed to just 14 laps of fuel. Who's committed to save all the way?
It looks like the leaders have been out here 9 laps on the last pit stop, so we are 22 laps to go. It'll be 21 at the line here. So we're looking at about 4 more laps, maybe 5, depending on whether or not they were able to save enough. You're right, whether they were able to save enough, Andrew, to get them through.
I mean, it's
going to be close.
The super speedway racing is always a close deal. Because don't forget, you have to think about them getting back up to speed, exiting pit road, how much fuel they're going to burn, who's leading the group. If you're caught by yourself, your whole race is done if it goes green all the way.
Well, they're definitely going to have to make at least one pit stop. We might be looking at a pit stop, short run, pit stop, and then finish out. We'll see. Again, it depends on when they pit, how long they stretch out this stint. Maybe take it to the extreme limits that they can go. Looks like Vicente Guerrero has taken his car down into the pit, or his truck down into the pits, and is leaving. So this may have been, but he is 3 laps down. Now Adam Kilday dropping it down in front of Mark Mann, going to take over the lead here. I'm kind of curious to see what we're going to have here with 20, it'll be 19 to go at the line. Andrew, door to door with the 13 and the 71. Gante getting pretty loose. He ends up going up to the high side. That pushes Josh Ball back down to the bottom in front of Dave Hunt. That could have ended badly.
But honestly, it was kind of a perfect timing for some of these guys, because now they can start getting down. As you see, Len gonna end. There they go, wrecking. Oh, and we got a flip. We got a barrel roll.
Oh, who was that? That was the 13 of
Gigante.
Brigante. Let's take a look here. Get
I
to
would
my.
say this changes everything.
Very well could, as we are on Brigante. We're going to back this up here. We'll see if the. Looked like he got pushed by Kenny Real there.
It just looked like Dave Hunt got loose on the straightaway and just came right up into.
Oh, it does. Dave Hunt up into Kenny Real. That sends Kenny up in the wall. Brigante around. And the air just caught him. And he is up on his side to Zach Fritch. Oh, he is over. Ooh, I bet that
Zach
was...
Zach was like, look, I know you don't want to flip. Here, let me help you. A little tap. Just get it over with.
We see Peter DeBorgia cutting the grass there going by. It looks like there's a lot of guys that was able to miss that. But yeah, that's going to definitely... Kenny Real with the meatball flag, though. I didn't think Kenny got hit that hard, but looking at his right side there, it looks like he is missing his fender. Does have significant damage to that right side.
Latrell will be getting his lap back, and Josh Ball is staying out. Same with Alex Green. So it looks like Alex Green, Josh Ball will get a lap back. But they will definitely be low on fuel, so they got to hope for another caution. Same thing with Vincent.
Yeah, Vince is actually 3 laps down. So Stephen Latrell will be back on the lead lap. Alex Green will be a lap down. Josh Ball is currently 2 laps down. Vicente Guerrero 3 laps down. And unfortunately, Rick Sanchez is, 7 laps down. There I am. I guess I hit my mute button. Tonight is just not a good night, Andrew.
Hey, we've all been there.
Now, we were talking about Steven. He took left side tires. Now, I've come to the conclusion, just from my experience, Anthony English coming down pit road again. So is Dustin Longson, Jeff Crosby Sr., Bubba Winningham, Adam Schramm, Jeff Crosby Jr., Peter DePortia, Nate Warren, Richard Kuhn, Dan Harrington, Kenny Real, Eric Laurie, Gabe Butler, Jimmy Reynolds, Zach Workman, Rick Sanchez. So I don't know if you got your spot or chat on or something, but I can hear that in the background, Andrew.
Sorry. It's a funny video that someone sent me.
Oh, okay. But like I said, in my experience, 2-tire strategy, taking 2 tires has never worked out for me.
With me, it's worked in the Atlanta race. Last Saturday, I didn't take tires for the first 3 pit stops. Took lefts, and I was going to take rights, but we had the caution, so took all 4.
Well, of course,
I hear. Oh, sorry.
No, I was just going to say, I've ran, the leagues that I was running, we did a lot more technical tracks like Pocono and Vegas and Phoenix. It wasn't just strictly super speedway. So, and I tried to do that at one of them. I can't remember if it was Pocono or if it was at Phoenix. I took right side tires, and dude, I had zero control. I couldn't. I couldn't turn my corners. I couldn't get the car to rotate. I couldn't do nothing with it. It just kept wanting to spin on me. So at that point, in my strategy, I just made the decision to, well, if I'm going to get tires, I'm taking all four.
I mean, look, under caution, my thing, always take 4 tires, just fill it up, restart the car basically. But when it comes to green flag pit stops, like you gotta think about track position.
Yeah, Josh Ball though coming down pit road right at the restart.
Trying to get that fuel.
Adam Kilday though, he is out front. Mark Mann down on the inside line with Lynn McNeese. That is Les Levy, Hunter Reynolds, Dave Hunt, and then on the outside you have Adam Kilday. The 12 of Zach Fritsch. Ooh, what a move. Oh, man. We got cars going around. Schroeder involved. Uh-oh. Mark Mann. Looked like Mark Mann's rolling down the track. And we have got, oh, man, just a pileup back here. Gabe Butler, Rick Sanchez, Zach Workman, Alex Green. Looked like Mark Mann was rolling down the track, barrel rolling down the track. We're going to take a look here.
I was going to say the situation's now interesting because they're on the verge of their full tank of fuel. So you're going to have people being in the front saving, people being in the back saving. Now toss out the window. It's going to be a 10-lap shootout.
Yes, it will be. As we are watching what happened here, we're on board or on behind Mark Mann. As we come down, Adam Kilday gets loose. Lynn McNeese gets into the back of Mark. Mark checked up the 62 in the back of the 84. Well, that turns Lynn down into Mark Mann. Mark comes up, gets into Andrew Schroeder. Andy Brigante, Mark Mann up on his side and back over on all 4 wheels. I thought he rolled, but then back behind, though, we've got guys going down into the grass. Kenny Reel down to the apron. Bubba Winningham getting a piece of that. Oh, Hunter Reynolds getting tagged as well. And then Schramm just comes right in and right into the side of Winningham. And then we had a parking.
You know who helped? Who got extremely lucky out of all of this?
Kenny Reel.
Josh Ball.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
He pitted. So he's right now my relative. He's 1 lap down. The only driver 1 lap down. He just needs another caution, or he can even just stay out if everyone else pits, and he gets his lap back with a full tank of fuel.
Well, it looks like he got the lucky dog.
Josh Ball, lucky man.
Yep, that's going to put him back on the lead lap now. So maybe that was a good decision to pit at that time. No, he might have known something. Got Steelers 58 out there. Let's go. Glad to have you guys out there. 20 viewers, only 9 likes, guys. Let's get that like button a smash for me.
Yeah, I got you. Oh, wait, no, I already did. Well, that's all I can do.
But I do appreciate everybody tuning in tonight. Now Josh Ball's coming back down pit road. Going to go ahead and top that truck off. Zach Fritsch, though, your leader. Sean McCara in second. Adam Kilday in a third. Richard Kuhn fourth. Kenny Reel in a fifth. Peter DeBorgia in sixth. Jeff Crosby Jr. in seventh. Jeff Crosby Sr. in eighth. Got Nate Warren in ninth and Andy Brigante rounding out your top 10. Well, guys, we're going to go ahead and step aside. Again, play our commercials, but we will be right back.
Sizzling summer savings are yours for the taking at North Louisiana's #1 dealer, Chevyland. Save now before the price adjustments kick in. Get up to $9,000 off MSRP on select new Silverado models or incredible 0% financing on select new Chevrolet vehicles. And the Chevyland Advantage, 12 months, no charge scheduled maintenance. Get the best deals at North Louisiana's #1 dealer, Chevyland. Your Silverado headquarters. Online at Chevyland.com.
All right, folks, we are back as we come out of turn number 2. We're going to head down this back straightaway. We're going to get this thing kicked off. We'll be at 11 to go, Andrew, at the line. So we're going to start seeing some pretty aggressive movements here.
Yeah, definitely. By one person, 2 people, I would say. 2 people that I'm putting some money on. Putting money on Workman. I for some reason I got a feeling about him this race, and Josh Ball. He made a gutsy choice. Got his lap. Got 2 laps back in a matter of 3 laps. And I would say maybe a 3rd pick, if I would have to say, probably Kenny Reel. He's been pretty lucky, but I feel I probably will jinx him.
Well, Mark Mann is getting caught back up. I think he's trying to get back into a position, but he is back up into 23rd, so he's going to have a lot of trucks to get around. But it really depends on if something happens in front, if he's able to avoid it and get around them. As we get ready to go back green, we're going to get on our flagman here. He does have that Chevyland green flag in his hand. Pace truck dives off down to pit road. The Chevyland green flag back waving once again. Here we go on the loud pedal. 11 to go at the line. Zach is the leader. Adam Kilday right there behind him, but Sean McCarr on the outside with Dustin Logston and Richard Kuhn. Oh, that's Richard Kuhn. The 42 of Peter DeBorgia. A 15 of Jeff Crosby Sr., Andy Brigante, Dave Hunt on the outside. On the inside, Zach Fritsch, Adam Kilday, Kenny Reel, Jeff Crosby Jr., Nate Warren, Andrew Schroeder, and Jimmy Reynolds. Of course, Anthony English right there as well. Now we're going back 3 wide here. That's Bubba Winningham, but he is scraping the wall as he is on the outside of the 87 of Adam Schramm in the middle, and Dan Harrington down on that bottom line. We are 10 to go, folks. Good battle, though, right now between Sean McCarr and Zach Fritsch. They're just back and forth right now, Andrew, trying to jockey for that position. But to me, I don't know, that outside, that second lane gets a good run about midway through the corner. It gets enough momentum to get out front, but loses it down the back straightaway.
Yeah, you just got to constantly be on that bumper, but the problem is exiting the corner. It can get your car or the car you're pushing pretty light. So it's pretty tough to keep a run like that going.
Yeah.
It's different than the newer Daytona.
Yeah, on the 71 of Sean McCarr almost hit the 12 of Fritsch off center there. Now 85 goes up to that outside line. That's going to push Kenny Reel out through the front with the 33 of Crosby Jr. right behind him coming out of turn 2 down this back straightaway. It looks to me like, though, that inside line is moving to the second lane because of the momentum they're getting mid-corner.
Yeah. But we got Peter DeBoer and Anthony English along with Hunt in that third lane, trying to get that third lane going with some more momentum. We got more people out there with Brigante and Bubba. This outside of the third lane's rolling.
Bubba Winningham. Oh, we got Dave Hunt up in the wall into Bubba. Dave Hunt down. He's going to take out the 19 of Zach Workman. That's going to bring out a caution. We were watching that go down. Zach Workman.
Now, when it comes to cautions in OP, it's the final 10 laps. So through all of OP, through 90 laps, or however many laps until 10 laps to go, it's all, if it's 2 cars involved, they'll throw a caution. But it's iRacing's caution with 10 laps to go.
Yes, it is. And we were 4 wide. Dave Hunt was up into that wall. Let me get on a chase cam here. He is scraping the wall. We go 4 wide here. And I don't have a far chase. So let's go to a chopper view here. And then we're going to zoom in on this if it'll let me. It's not going to let me, so we'll go back to our chase view here. Kind of back this out just a little bit. And Dave Hunt does a good job keeping it up on the wall. And then Bubba Winningham, we were 4 wide there for a second. And then Dave Hunt comes down, goes door to door with Bubba Winningham. Well, that just gets Dave plumb out of shape. And he slides down into the 19 of Workman. Workman almost up and over. And Dave Hunt back to the outside wall. And then I think Workman, did he miss hitting the wall or did he rear end it? Looking here. Oh, Dave Hunt comes back through and just tags Workman again. Unfortunately, that's going to cause our, I think that is our 6th caution of the night. And again, like I agree with you. Stephen Luttrell. Read what he said in chat.
Text my wife, having her bring me a fireball. Man, you need a couple fireballs, brother. So, like, I'm sorry about last week. And I meant to talk to you after the race, but you don't have luck in any of these races. If you want, I can coach you up. I can put you in the right spots at the right time. Just let me know and I'll spot for you, brother.
Well, again, that's, you know, our community for OP is a great community. You know, most of the time it's pretty respectful driving. I mean, we do have, you know, there is some tempers at times when it happens, but a lot of times you guys will get together and talk it out, and, you know, bygones be bygones. I'm sure that, you know, everything is going to be all right. It looks like Presente Guerrero coming down pit road again. But right now, your top 5 is Kilday, Fritch, Real, Macara, and Crosby Jr. I believe when we get started, Andrew, this will be a regulation GWC, maybe?
Yeah, they should be at 2 to go, coming to get the 1 to go. So I think it's going to be a 4-lap shootout.
We'll see what happens. These guys are going to try. I don't know if we'll see anybody come back down pit road. I think they should have enough fuel. We'll probably see some jukes here as we come back to the start-finish line. The lights on the pace truck should go out, and we should be back, getting back into double file here. As Fritch does go to the outside, Kenny Real will be the second truck on the inside line with Sean McCart to his outside. Jeff Crosby Jr. And it looks like, is that Peter DeBoer? Or Who is that? That's the 47. Richard Kuhn will be on the outside. Peter DeBoers will be on the inside with Nate Warrant is outside. Andrew Schroeder and Jeff Crosby Sr. making up that next row. Anthony English, Eric Laurie, Jimmy Reynolds, Dan Harrington, Dustin Logston, Lynn McNeese, Adam Schramm, Andy Brigante, Stephen Luttrell, and Alex Green, Josh Ball, and should be Bubba Winningham. Les Levy, Hunter Reynolds, Gabe Butler, Rick Sanchez, Zach Workman, and Markman Dave Hunt, and Vicente Guerrero. We are down to 30 trucks. Got 4-lap shootout. You're right, Andrew. We get to the line. Of course, they got to make it to the white flag, and then after that, folks, whatever's going to happen is going to happen. Again, I do appreciate everybody tuning in tonight for this second race of the round of 16. Again, next week, I'm not sure exactly where we're at. Are we going to be at Talladega next week? Oh, we'll be back here at New Daytona as the Chevrolet green flag comes out. But we will be back at the New Daytona for a 100-lap race as well. Of course, I don't know if they're going to bump that or not because, oh, we're going to have a wreck right off the bat. That's going to bring out...
No caution.
No caution.
No.
There it is.
Out caution.
Let's take a look here. As looked like that was on Adam Schramm. And Andy Brigante. So let's go on a chase view here. We look at Adam Schramm here on this restart. Adam moving up and had clearance, and then Andy Brigante just kind of hits him off center there, right on that right bumper, and that just sends Adam up to the wall with Andy. I think that was the only 2 cars involved, or only 2 trucks involved. Yeah, I don't see anybody else getting a piece of that. So, well, this will be GWC attempt number 1 here, folks. Adam Kilday, your leader. Kenny Real in a second. Actually, Zach Fritch will be in second. Kenny Real be third. Jeff Crosby Jr. fourth. Sean McCara in fifth. But yeah, I don't know. I need to get with Jimmy on that because, you know, that is, was it Memorial Day or Labor Day? On the 1st.
Yeah, Memorial Day is on the 1st.
So, yeah, I don't know if they're going to push that to the next week or not. I'll have to get with Jimmy on that and find out. But we may have a Memorial Day race right here on MaxSpeed TV. We'll wait and see when I get more information on that, folks, so I will let y'all know. I need to get with Alex too because I need to find out if Thursday night yep, it's Labor Day, not Memorial Day, Labor Day. And Thursday night is taking off that Thursday, so which I won't be here because I will be at the Hard Rock Casino in Tulsa watching Brantley Gilbert concert.
I never been to a concert.
Oh, dude.
It's on my bucket list.
I went to one. I won tickets. Well, I actually won tickets from the same radio station for Brantley Gilbert, but I won tickets to go see Aaron Lewis. And for those that don't know who Aaron Lewis is, he used to be the lead singer for Stained. And I won tickets to go see him at the River Spirit Casino, and end up winning a free night stay, dinner for me and my wife at Margaritaville. So we just made a date night out of it, stayed at the motel, had some adult beverages, had a good time. It was a great, great experience. And I like Aaron Lewis. I like his music, especially since he kind of been out on his own. But Brantley Gilbert is going to be a wild concert, that's for sure. But
I hope you enjoy it. I always want to go to a metal concert, but those get wild.
Those get wild. Yeah, it's not something I want to do. I'll stick to my country music. It's usually a little bit calmer. You don't have people out there beating the crap out of each other in the mosh pit.
But I also like, kind of like pop music. Like, I grew up in the 2010s, and so I wasn't there for like, the Jonas Brothers, but I was there for like Big Time Rush, and I like their music. And if you have not seen the show, take a look at the show. The show's pretty funny. I go rewatch the show all the time, and I always chuckle. Great characters.
Well, I was going to say, if you were going to say Taylor Swift, I'm kicking you out of the broadcast booth. Uh-oh, Checker Flag Motorsports, David Overstreet only had enough sponsorship for one set of tires tonight. Sorry to hear that, Dave. I believe CFM is going to do one more recruitment race, or it's going to be a league member only race next week. So we'll see what happens there. Dave, if you could post something on that, let us know what next week is going to be for the CFM guys next Sunday. A pace truck will dive off down to pit road. GWC attempt number 1. They only get 2 tonight, so if they don't get it done with this one, they'll have one more chance. Already, they are door to door. The Chevy Lane green flag back out. Here we go. Of course, this is OP Premier Series presented by Buttkicker. Again, the league champion will receive a Buttkicker system for their rig. I may have to buy one because I don't think I'll ever win one, Andrew.
Hey, never say never.
Yeah. I don't get to race as much. But Adam Kilday, Kenny Reel battling out right now, 1-2. Zach Fritch, though, right there, the 71. We got the pusher pushing the pusher.
Record in the back.
Oh, Dustin Locks and Rick Sanchez, Hunter Reynolds, Les Levy, Jimmy Reynolds, all involved. Alex Green as well. Lynn McNeese, looked like he got involved in that. It looks like it started right there with Jimmy Reynolds. Looks like he got turned. Let me go to a chase view.
Yeah, it just looked like a bumper hooked. Josh Bulge got through that. My pick.
Well, Stephen Luttrell was to the outside. Looks like
I told Luttrell's got some luck.
Yeah, and right there you see Lynn McNeese does scrape the bumper. Well, that sends them 2-3. Dustin Loxton, Gabe Butler. Somehow Gabe missed it.
And Workman missed it. Wow.
Wow, Mark, man, Zach Workman, did he miss it as well? Nope,
he got a
he
little
got
bit
the
of
wall. Oh, and then some net code right there. And unfortunately, Rick Sanchez, nowhere for Rick to go. And Rick's not had the best of nights tonight either.
At this point, he's just trying to survive out there.
Yeah, it's all you can do at this point. Again, it's just looks like Bubba Winningham was able to get it shut down to keep from avoiding any of that. Well, guys, that's going to bring us, as we see guys coming down pit road, Jimmy Reynolds. Of course, they're going to have to get some damage repaired. Dustin Logston, Hunter Reynolds, Vicente Guerrero, Lynn McNeese, all down pit road. But this will be GWC attempt number 2. So if they can't get it done, the top 3 at the time the caution comes out, well, that will be your podium winners. Well, Andrew, what are you, not to jinx anything here, buddy, are you seeing them finishing this out under green flag, or you think we're going to have, guys trying to make moves and end up causing something?
I think we're going to have guys making moves. The track's way too hot. We've seen a lot of people getting loose, a lot of aggression in this last couple 20, 30-ish laps. So I think we're going to have another caution.
Ooh, I just pulled up the pre-race analytics, or the race temperatures, race information, track information here. 130-degree track temperature. So you know that these guys are slipping and sliding everywhere. I love Brad Allison said there's going to be a lot of slightly damaged used trucks for sale after this race. Well, somebody I seen out there throwing is either Zach Fritch or Sean McCara throwing up some mud here. No, I think the track temperature, Steelers 58 said that this truck needs to be removed from the schedule. I don't think it's really that. I think that the track temperature, guys making some pretty aggressive moves, especially the guys that are in the top 16 trying to make it through to the next round, trying to get as many points as they can before the final race of the round of 16. I think just, last 3 laps here, these guys are going to be pushing the envelope. Got a little bumping going on with Zach Fritch and Adam Kilday. It kind of causes a little courting effect for the rest of the field. Most guys are given some pretty good space here. Of course, they're looking for something to happen, but so they're not wanting to get damage. But again, I mean, at this point, caution comes out, that's going to end the race. Here we go. Pace truck will dive off down to pit road once again as we get ready for the Chevy Land. Green flag is up in the air. Of course, they don't really have a restart zone. It's just 2 white lines. Chevy Land green flag back out once again. Here we go. Number 2. get going again. Guys just all over the place. Really no organization, but they're kind of getting lined back out now. Here we go. Coming down turns 1 and 2. Adam Kilday, Zach Fritz, Sean McCara, Andrew Schroeder, Nate Warren on the inside. Kenny Reel, Jeff Crosby Jr., that is Peter DeBorgia, Richard Kuhn, Anthony English on the outside.
Latrell in the third lane. He's got Anthony in front of him now.
Yep, Latrell, though, up into the wall. That's going to cause a checkup. Yes, it does. And here we come around turn number 4, down through the tri-oval. That white flag is in the air. Here we go. Final lap, folks. We are going to finish this under green flag. So whatever's going to happen now, it don't matter. They just got to finish the race. Right now, though, Kenny Reel down on the inside line with Adam Kilday, pushing him out to the front. Jeff Crosby Jr., Peter DeBorgia on the outside with Richard Kuhn. We come down the back straightaway. Those 3 bottom trucks, actually 4 bottom trucks, all hooked up. A little bump there from Andrew Schroeder onto the 71.
Josh Ball just gave Anthony English a big shove up in the third lane. I don't think that third lane's going to go anywhere.
I don't think it either. Yep, they're coming out of 4. Here we go. Coming down through the tri-oval. Kenny Reel, though, your leader. Is he going to have enough at the line? He's going to have competition. Kenny Reel, Jeff Crosby Jr., Adam Kilday as we wreck just past the start and finish line. That will be your top 3. Good win by Kenny Reel in the number 11.
Hey, I told him he's got luck.
Hey, I was fixing to say his luck definitely paid up tonight. Well, guys, we're going to watch these guys come around. We're going to get our top 3 up here for the post-race interview. So hang tight as Adam Kilday just pushing Kenny Reel on around to the start-finish line. But we will be right back for our MaxSpeed TV post-race interview. Hang tight. All right, folks, we are back. We have caught up with our top 3. And we will start with our 3rd place finisher at number 85 of Mr. Adam Kilday. Adam, man, it kind of rough right there at the end. Didn't know if you guys was going to finish under green. We thought we was going to have, well, both GWC attempts used, and that was going to be it. But, you know, you guys held off and, man, had a great finish there. Kenny Reel, you know, you pushed him up there, got enough of a push on Kenny to get him up to that victory. Talk about the race. Talk about the track conditions, because we know that the track temperatures jumped up to about 130 degrees. Was that really affecting the performance of these trucks?
Oh, yeah. It was, I mean, we started it at, what was it, like 112 track temp. So, yeah, as the race went on, it, you know, it kept getting hotter and hotter and hotter. And it definitely made the trucks pretty upset here. So, yeah, we were pretty much all over the place, just trying to hold on to it for dear life.
So what does, now just asking here for our viewers, what does the higher track temps actually do? I mean, other than, we know it's going to get the trucks harder quicker and take a lot longer to cool off, but what else does it do as far as control?
freaking at this track, it makes it seem like you're driving on a ice rink. So it's like, yeah, it's like you're driving on ice pretty much. Especially when the tires wear out pretty decently, which I think they were wearing out all about the same on both sides. Maybe the right's a bit more, but yeah, it's just super slippery, and I don't know. I don't know which way is the best way to keep it steady. I think like playing around with the throttle a little bit in the banking seemed to help some, but yeah.
Well, second race of the round of 16, you're still right there in contention to move on to the top or the Elite 8. So definitely this P3, good points night for you. Before we get the mic over to you, though, Adam, I got Andrew Zonto been up here with me calling the race. Andrew, you got anything for Adam?
Led 20 laps today, which, is the most laps for the day. But, what's the key to 2008 Daytona to stay up front and trying to lead those laps, trying to get those bonus points?
Definitely hope for the best luck you can get. Hope you don't get caught up in wrecks. Hope you don't have the short end of the stick compared to everyone else, and yeah, you just some people end up with more damage than others in the wrecks, and that's kind of when the snowball effects occur for some. Some spend most of the race trying to fix up their car, and then when it comes up to the end, where you need to be in track position, it's kind of a little bit late at a certain point. But yeah, you just need luck, and just to come out of the wrecks clean is all it is.
Well, Adam, awesome job, buddy. Congratulations on your P3 finish. I'm going to turn the mic over to you. Final thoughts, shout-outs, thanks you want to give before you go celebrate.
Yeah, we'll do shout out to the team here, Vendetta Motorsports. We'll shout out to the guys I was running with, Anthony English, Mark Mann. Gotta do an apology to Mark Mann for kind of taking away his chances at possibly winning this race. And who else was it? Rick Sanchez, Alex Green. I think I said English, but yeah, shout out to all those dudes. Do shout out to OP Racing, OP Premier League on Monday nights. Appreciate those admins for what they do for tonight, especially. And MaxSpeed TV on YouTube. Shout out to you, and yeah.
All right, appreciate that, Adam. Congratulations again on your P3, buddy. Go celebrate, and we will catch you here pretty soon.
All right, will do.
All right, well, that's going to bring us to our second place finisher, which he got out of his truck. And I believe he is with, that team FSR. That's going to be the number 33 of Jeff Crosby Jr. Jeff, we were talking about this up in the podium winner's room. Didn't know if you guys was going to finish under green flag or if y'all was going to finish it with that last GWC, man. Let's talk about the overall race, though. Tire wear, fuel strategies. What did y'all guys have planned?
Pretty much just stay up front, man. You got to get as many points as you can for these playoffs because these guys are really good. So every point matters. We didn't really have to worry about fuel strategy at the end there. So thankfully those cautions did come out. So we could just pit and get fuel. And yeah, it kind of sucks that we had to do green white checkers there. I was definitely hoping we could have finished, especially with Fritch and Sean running up in 1 and 2 at one point. My teammates definitely would have loved to get one of them the win, but it happens. They still finished good though. So all in all, it was a good race.
Well, I mean, you started back in, I think in 8th or 9th, and, you up 6 spots into second. talk a little bit about, because I know we were talking to Adam about the track temperatures right there at the end, jumped up to 130-degree track temp, and with this bumpy Daytona, man, that plays havoc with these trucks.
Oh, for sure. You got to be careful in the turns there. You don't want to turn your wheel too far to the left because you're going to be going around if if you do it too far. So you kind of have to stay focused and make sure you keep it straight. Yeah, tonight was awesome. I don't know how many 4 tires I got. Every chance I got, made sure to get 4 tires. We were able to finish second in the first stage and first in the second stage. So 19 points. That's going to go a long way for next week. And P2 finish, that helps as well. Yeah, these trucks are fun though with bumpy Daytona. I can't get enough of it.
Well, you're one of the few, because I hate this track. I hate running this track, but it does bring out the skill level and increases the skill level, especially when you're running 3 wide here. For
sure, yeah. 3 wide's tough. I don't even know if I ran 3 wide, maybe just once tonight, and that was just to get maybe a couple of positions. And it's a lot scarier up there. It's definitely stagnant at times, which is fine. But yeah, it's a lot of tight quarter racing on a bumpy track, and it's a little scary for sure.
Well, I've had Andrew Zanto up here with me calling the race. Andrew, do you got anything for Jeff before he goes celebrate?
Yeah, first off, congratulations for second place. It's not easy getting up into second place, but did you felt getting looser, just making just any kind of move switching from lane to lane, or just more coming out of the corner?
I didn't really have any issue switching lane to lane, honestly. It was more coming out of the corner and going into the corner, entering the corner. Like I said, you didn't want to turn your wheel too far left, because if you did going into the corner or even exiting the corner, you're going to be gone. You're going to be going to a wall, and I feel like we saw a lot of guys do that tonight too. So, but it makes it fun. Yeah, it makes what this night is, and it's always a fun time with these guys.
All right. Well, Jeff, man, congratulations. Again, good points night for you tonight here, coming in to the second race of the round of 16. Definitely going to help solidify your spot into the Elite 8 is what we're calling it, starting here. Of course, I've got to get with Jimmy because, well, they got a race scheduled on Labor Day, and I don't know if that was intended or if they're going to push that back. So we'll have to get with him.
I think that's still the thing.
Still a go. So. Okay. Well, I'll have to get with Jimmy to make sure on that, though. But awesome job, Jeff. I'm going to turn the mic over to you, buddy. Any final thoughts, shout-out, things you want to give before you go celebrate?
Yeah, definitely want to give a shout-out to you guys in the broadcast booth. I'll go back and watch it tomorrow just to see anything that I can catch during the race that I didn't see that happened. Give a shout out to my FSR teammates. I think we did pretty good job in finishing. Workman was already locked in last week, and I think the other 4, Nate, Sean, Fritch, and we finished pretty well. So we'll see how the points shaking out for next week. Give a shout out to my wife for allowing me to do this still. It's a pretty fun time, and we'll see you next week. Hopefully we can do the same thing.
All right, Jeff. Congratulations again, buddy. Go celebrate. We will catch you next week.
Take care, guys.
Actually put him in the wrong room. Let me, he's going to be down.
The drop.
Yeah. I put him in the wrong room by mistake. But, well, that's going to bring us to our race winner here tonight. Mr. Lucky, his luck actually paid off for him tonight and got him the victory course with some help by that 85 of Adam Kilday. Where is... There he is. The team No Presta, or as they changed the name in Discord to No Pasta, Mr. Kenny Real. Well, Kenny, man, what a great finish for you tonight. This victory locks you into the Elite 8. It's definitely got to be a relief to get that win, and especially coming into the last race next week of the round of 16. Let's talk a little bit about that, buddy. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling relieved right now that we got that out of the way because we were sitting right on the cut line. Didn't get many stage points tonight, so coming away with the win is a good feeling.
Well, let's talk a little bit about the race tonight. You know, there for a while, it looked like we was going to have a pretty decent race. You know, of course, with some technical issues still that I'm having, but we were able to fight through that and get back to broadcasting. You know, there at the start, we only had like, you know, 3 or 4 cautions going into the second stage. And then after that, the track temperature jumped up. At the finish, it was at 130-degree track temp. Again, we were talking to the other guys. You know, that's got to be tough on you guys, especially at this track.
Yeah, early on, I noticed, especially, I think it was early on in stage 1, we got there was an issue when there was a caution entered pit road, and I got an unsafe entry when I was in 5th, so I had to start in the rear end, so I took 4 tires, and immediately within like 3 laps made my way back up into the top 10, and everybody was really loose, wiggly, and I was able to put my truck basically anywhere I wanted it and make moves that nobody probably seemed comfortable with because the tire wear. And at that time it was only 115 degrees on the track, so as the race went on, it just kept getting hotter. People were getting loose down the straightaways, entering the corners. I was scared to push people in the corners, so I'd always lift. But at the end, I thought I was gonna get turned across Adam's nose. I went back and looked how clear I was when I made the move to come down and get the push from Adam, and it was really close. If I hesitate for a split second, I'm in the infield turn. So luckily that didn't happen, and appreciate Adam for pushing me there.
Yeah, that definitely helped you out. Talk a little bit about your tire wear. I know with those increased track temperatures, especially at this track, is as rough as it is. Them tires had to be, you know, screaming at you guys later in the runs.
Oh yeah, especially if you're on the bottom. The bottom here is so rough. The tires just wear so much. That's why the bottom line's so hard to get rolling. It really only rolls on the straightaways, but the top's always going to have the momentum. It's smoother up there, so just easier for them to push and gain momentum compared to the bottom line. The bottom just eats the tires up. Especially with how hot it is. I mean, it was just blistering the tires, and we've seen a lot of wrecks happen because tire wear and people just getting loose from either transitioning or, you know, hitting the apron and stuff like that. It happened all night.
Well, I don't know where there's a smooth track or smooth spot on this track, but that's just my opinion. Well, I'm going to turn the mic over to Andrew. Get with you. Andrew, you got anything for Kenny?
Kenny, I told you, man. You're lucky.
Well, we try to be. We're not on Thursdays, but for some reason we've been lucky here on Mondays, so I'll take it.
Well, you were my guy to get the win, so I keep my streak still alive.
Well, it's the first one this season. I've usually got a couple P2s, but luckily it's kind of the best time to get a win, in my opinion, right now.
It definitely helped you out. Again, taking some pressure off you coming into next week. Well, Kenny, awesome job. Congratulations on that victory tonight. Going to turn the mic over to you now. Any final thoughts, shout-outs, things you want to give before you go celebrate, buddy?
Yeah, I just want to give a shout-out to my teams over at No Presta, a.k.a. No Pasta Sports, the Jack Shack, also Precision Setups. Go check them out if you need any setups, and all the admins for putting this on, and you guys for obviously the broadcast. Appreciate you guys.
All right, Kenny, appreciate the kind words, buddy. Go celebrate. We're going to get you down that post-race campfire. And you have a good night, and, man, congratulations again.
Appreciate it, guys. You too.
All right. Well, again, Andrew up here in the booth with me tonight. Andrew, man, I do appreciate you joining me tonight and helping me out. It sure is nice to have another voice up here and another set of eyes, definitely, buddy.
Of course, anytime, man. As I say, it's sometimes if my day goes boring, I know to look for OP to help you out.
Absolutely. Well, guys, I'm tired. I'm going to go ahead and we're going to get to our unofficial results. Of course, this is pending any admin stuff that they're down there talking about right now. And Kenny Real, your your winner tonight, I should say. Jeff Crosby Jr. in second. Adam Kilday in a third. Peter DeBorgia with the top 5 finish there in fourth. And Zach Fritch rounded. I keep wanting to call him Rich. Zach Fritch rounding out your top 5. Richard Kuhn in a 6th. Sean McCarr 7th. Anthony English 8th. Andrew Schroeder with a top 10 finish in a 9th. And Dan Harrington rounding out your top 10. Mark Mann in 11th. Nate Warren 12th. Gabe Butler 13th. Jeff Crosby Sr. in 14th. Josh Ball finished in 15th. Hunter Reynolds 16th. Zach Workman 17th. Eric Laurie in 18th. Dustin Loxton in 19th. Dave Hunt 20th. Bubba Whittingham finishing 21st. Stephen Luttrell finishing 22nd. Adam Schramm 23rd. Vicente Guerrero 24th. Andy Brigante 25th. Jimmy Reynolds 26th. Lynn McNeese finishing 27th. Les Levy in 28th. Alex Green in 29th. Rick Sanchez in 30th. Doug Johnson, I should say, in 31st. And David Overstreet rounded out your 32 car field. Actually, it's got those guys switched up, but shows David Overstreet 31st, Doug Johnson 32nd. Well, that's going to do it for us tonight here on MaxSpeed TV. Again, thank you, Andrew, for joining me up into the booth. I appreciate everybody out in chat. William Luttrell, Dylan Lane. I see Mike Edgerton tuning in out there. Steeler 58. Brad Allison checking in. David Overstreet popping into the chat here. And why is this not working? Of course, Stephen Luttrell, he was out there in chat when he should have been worried about driving, needing a fireball shot, I guess. Braden Cowse out there in chat. Rebecca Lane, Kenny Real. Of course, Andrew Zonto, he's helping me out and keeping an eye on the chat as well. Belva Phelps as well out there. Kind of going back through here. I seen Brendan Kennedy at the beginning of the race. I'm sure he's still out there watching. But, guys, I appreciate every single one of our viewers out there. Again, like Jimmy says, you know, without you, there'd be no us. And it's the same way with our viewers here at MaxSpeed TV. Without you guys, well, we wouldn't be able to do what we do and bring you the content that we do. So, thank you very much, guys, for tuning in tonight. Andrew, again, thank you for helping me out up here. But we're going to call it a night here, folks. And until Thursday night, you guys enjoy the rest of your night and have a safe week. And we will see you on Thursday.